Sweet tilted back. More. Good. Is Sam not coming in here?
I'm in here.
I literally thought there was somebody like that was supposed to be here. I'm like, where are they?
I like this chair over here.
What's up, everybody? It's ATD Spider. We're gonna start in a minute. I got lip fillers, can you tell?
Hey.
All fat. Bottom's all fat. All right, everybody, welcome. Here I am, going live again today because we got a big thing coming up. I want to talk to you about what IMC is and why this is so important, okay? As men, I'm going to speak to the men because the men in our movement, we have an exact science, we have an exact technology of communication, the mind, and relationships. And they're all part of the same thing. Like if you want great relationships, you have to have great communication. And you have to understand the mind of yourself and the people you were around, right? But when I say that is because, again, I'll be making these videos for the world now. So let me remind you, I have, at the making of this video, I have 8 girlfriends right now. And this is not hired actresses. These are actual relationships, deep relationships. Each one of them I could get married to, you could say, and it would be a fulfilling marriage, if you want to measure it like that, right? Each person that I'm with would be qualified to be a mother of a child if that was the way, right? So if you want to measure, right? The longest relationship is 19 and a half years. She's sitting right there. And then the shortest relationship is about a month and a half. Now here's what's so interesting, right? 19 and a half years, about 2 months. 19 and a half years, about 2 months. It's like, how is that even possible? Well, that's the whole point, is that we all grew up with stories about what a relationship is supposed to be. So you have your own parents in mind, whatever you saw, high school, TV, and what, let me ask you a question. No water?
No.
Can I go? Outside of that, your parents, your family, school, and TV, right? Where else do you think you got references on how a man and a woman should interact with each other, right? And so somehow, just like every other individual that ever did anything, when their own voice was heard, right? My voice, when heard, thank you. I understood the dynamics of man and woman. I studied it, but I understood it differently. So the first thing I want to tell you is that the reason why IMC, one of the reasons why I would be part of IMC Nation if I wasn't me, the reason I would be part of IMC Nation, the reason I am part of IMC Nation and the founder of it and still part of it, is that each man in the jungle needs to belong to a tribe. That's a code. So we come from chimpanzees, our bodies do, right? Whether you believe in evolution or not, the body shares 99% DNA with chimpanzee. That's like the whole thing basically, right? So our code for survival is very similar to the code of survival of chimpanzees and gorillas and monkeys, okay? And so those animals, they're pack animals. They work in teams together. And the way humans defeated all the other animals in the jungle is we got together, we strategized, we hunted them, we set traps for them, and that's how we did it, right? So now in today's world, if I ask a question to any man that I meet, and I said, do you belong to a tribe? First of all, that word wouldn't even fit for him. I mean, tribe, what do you mean? Right? Then if I said, okay, let me change it up. Do you belong to a gang? Now that's again negative. Said, well, you want to belong to a gang now? Okay, what if I said, do you belong to a team? Maybe he thinks, oh, I belong to a basketball team, but many people don't, right? And then if you have a team, let's say like a professional basketball team, football team, whatever, in that team, it's not really a team. Like if a person can be traded, right? If you're traded, you're a traitor. Think about it, right? Like I grew up in the martial arts, and you couldn't trade me to another academy. You know what I mean? It doesn't work like that. So a real team, a real tribe, a real family, a real gang, a real team, like I said, operates off a code. That's what makes it the group, right? It's a group code, group dynamic. And so IMC Nation is very, very particular, right? So we're going to start with that. Is that if I was a person who didn't belong to the military, and I don't belong to the military, right? And if my life consisted of just the fucking, what we live on earth, if I didn't belong to the military, right? Then as a man, I personally, and again, I'm speaking to my people, my kind of people. When a lion speaks, the predators listen, right? And the sheep run. So it just depends who you are. So I know I'm talking to my people. I'm not seeking an agreement from the world, right? Just the people that get what I'm saying. So me being who I am, if I watch TV and I see a man becomes a Navy SEAL like David Goggins, or I see another man do time in jail like my brother for the rest of his life, then I look at my own life as a man, I would feel like a pussy, just straight up. I couldn't. Like I would feel that if I met one of those men, right, I'd have to either lower my eyes or yes sir, yes sir. Why? Look at the fucking thing those people have to deal with. And then what does a regular person have to deal with? Pay your bills. Like they still have to do that. Just basic shit. So when you don't have like a real exciting, adventurous, you have to overcome shit, and your life is in danger, then your mind begins to soften, your body softens, and you become something I don't want to be. Okay? So I read the book, The Way of Five Rings? Book of Five Rings. The Book of Five Rings by Miyamoto Musashi, real swordsman, right? And in there he says, there's the farmer, there's a merchant, there's whatever, something else, and then there's the warrior class, the samurai class. So me growing up, if you're like me as a boy, I watched Star Wars, I want to be the Jedi and the Sith. If I watched fucking any cartoon, I was always looking at the guy with the sword or the weapon that went and fought. The IMC Nation is a culture, a group of people who live in the civilian world with a military mindset discipline. That's the first code. So for example, okay, we have a process. That's the first thing everybody who wants to learn my shit has to learn, is that every man must get up at the same time, 7 days a week, no matter what, and never ever snooze the alarm or miss their wake up time. Now, if you're watching this right now, let me explain that again to you slowly, okay? As a man, I'm 48 years old. Okay, I have not missed my wake up time ever. Electra's nodding, she's been with me 19 years, ever, never, ever. And if I sleep at 4 a.m., I wake up at 7 a.m. no matter what. If I sleep at 1 a.m., if I do sleep at 10 midnight, 7 a.m. is my wake up time. And I've never missed it, no matter what, okay? So, the very first step, if you're gonna be part of, let's say, the IMC culture, you have to have a wake up time that you can't miss. Now, what happens if you miss it? Well, let's say that's the difference, right? Let's say you were in the military. I grew up in the martial arts. So I have the discipline of the military because of the martial arts. Martial arts is military arts. If you are late or you miss it, there's consequences. Push-ups, in the water, whatever the fuck you have to do, okay? The problem is when you have your own life, right? I live by myself, I'm an adult, no one's around. If it's 7 o'clock, it could be 7:02, 7:03. 7:10, fuck it, tomorrow at 8. My head hurts today, or I don't feel like working out. All those things, ready? I just told you I have 8 girlfriends. I can also tell you I have zero problems with them. Isn't that crazy? Not only that, they contribute to my life. It's how a man and woman is supposed to be. So let me break it down, watch. Take it from a guy who knows this shit. If you, as a man, cannot make your make your wake up time and take it as seriously as I do, most serious. I'll tell you why in a minute, but most serious. If you can't do that, I promise you, I give you my word, there's absolutely no way you could ever hold two women in line in your life that are of high level caliber. If at any point the woman you're with sees or thinks, recognizes, perceives any of those words, knows that she is sharper than you, right? She begins by nature to lose interest in you. She can still love you. Women can love you and not be with you. It's very simple for them. Because she's going towards a certain value, just like you as a man. Let me ask you something. If you're a man, can you or can you not love a woman and be with another woman? Now, women don't understand that, right? Like, for us, it has nothing to do with it. Just, there's love, there's sex. Zero. Nothing. Like nothing. Do you know that's difficult for women to understand that? Most of them. They're just, in our world, it's just not related. Like, there's that and there's that. Okay, ready? Now, I'm going to show you something that's you don't understand as a man. Ready? For her, she can think you're attractive. She could love you. She could think you're a great guy. She could tell, you have so many good qualities. And then she can say this, but I would never be with him. Like, what do you mean? But I thought you loved me. But I thought I treated you good. But I thought, aren't I what you like? And I said, yeah, but I can't be with you anymore. You're like, what the fuck? Okay? You don't need to know much more about that besides if you only knew certain things, then you would be fulfilling the genetic side of her that she wouldn't want to leave. And I have girlfriends that have been here. She's been for 19 and a half years. She's been here for 16 and a half years. She's been here for 10 years. How long has it been?
9.
9 years. So that's a long time. 9 years. You think about it. Do you have a 9-year relationship? How about a 16? How about a 19? Okay? So the wake up time is really important. I'm going to go a little deeper into it. I'm the leader. I'm IMC Nation leader. Ready? I'm not going to miss my wake up time tomorrow. How's that? I didn't miss it today. I want you to say how you think of me. I'm going to go out tonight. I'm going to go into Las Vegas. I'm going to go to strip clubs tonight. I'm going to get home late tonight. Okay? No matter what, I'm going to wake up tomorrow on time. You guaranteed that. After I wake up, no matter what, I'm going to exercise. Oh, dang. Here we go. Now I'm beginning as a man to internally, with my character, take advantage over all the men in my area, let's say, who what? Tomorrow are not going to wake up on time. And after they wake up, they get into some other activity because I'm going to wake up on time and I'm going to exercise no matter what. Then at some point, I'm going to put my body in cold water. This is the process, the beginning of the process. So it's cold shower or the pool. If the pool's open, I go to the pool. If it's cold shower. Now, ready? Imagine right now, no matter what time it is you're watching, imagine for just 30 seconds going in the freezing water for a second. You know that without a doubt, you would have a different state right afterwards. Like, that's called hacking the body. Like, without a doubt, if you start your day and you put your body in cold water, or your face in cold water, it's going to change the chemistry. So what we're doing is we're starting the daytime from the very beginning, hacking the body to take these little advantages so that we can begin to fine-tune our instrument, which is our body, our mind, our emotions, to a certain what? Frequency. Because what I do, in order to do let me tell you something. I'm going to predict tonight. We're going to go to a strip club. We're going to go to 2 strip clubs tonight. It was voted on by IMC Nation. I didn't even cast my vote on it, on this one, okay? I just said, these ones I won't go to. Why? Are you ready for this? Because I have girlfriends that work there. Isn't that crazy? I came to Las Vegas. I'm the nerd. I'm the outcast. I'm the guy who was ignored and whatever you could imagine, right? Any rejection you could imagine, right? Ready? I come to Las Vegas, and there's a few clubs I'm not going to go to tonight. There's a reason. Because I have girlfriends that work there. Now, why wouldn't I go there? Because they would see me talk to other girls? No. Because to go there would be stupid to watch my own fucking girlfriends dance. Nobody wants to see their fucking girlfriends dance. And maybe you do, and that's the difference, right? The difference is these are real relationships. And no man who likes a girl wants to see his girl dance with another guy. But I know where I met them. That's where I met them. That's what it is. They know how I feel about it. I'm honest about it. And so check this out. The reason I don't go is that, which is a cool reason, because if I do go, if you do come with me and I do go there, you won't believe my experience. Because now we're gonna go to a strip club, and the girls that are working there, or the girl that's working there, she's madly in love with me. She'll do anything for me, and imagine what my experience is. So I'm the guy who has that experience. Now, ready? How am I doing that? It has nothing more, nothing less to do with energy, vibration, and frequency. You heard somebody else say that. Tesla. He said, to understand the universe, to decode the secrets of the universe, you have to think of it in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. And so everything I do is that. So let me give you an example. Let's say you go out tonight, wherever you are in the world, or you're not even go out. You're about to go and see your wife, girlfriend, daughter, or you go and you, at the grocery store, you run into a cute girl. The moment you say something to them, even before you say anything, right? But definitely when you say something, you begin speaking to them, right? You're beginning to transfer energy from you to them. I'll give you an example, right? You ever walk by and see like a homeless person and they look like they're a little insane? They're not saying anything insane. Their energy is insane. Or they're looking at something like that. You get an energy transfer. What about if you ever been with somebody and you can tell they're upset? You walk in, they're upset. You're in the car driving, you say something, the chick gets upset, you feel it. That's energy. That's energy, right? And energy is consistently going back and forth. Now let me show you how this works. The girl comes to talk to you tonight, wherever you are. You think she's really beautiful. That's important. Because I go for the best. Here's how I got girlfriends. Ready? We go to strip clubs. We would see the most beautiful girl. I would say in front of the guys, some of them are on, I would say, you see that girl right there? I'm gonna go get her. And she became my girlfriend every single time. Never have ever, not one time have I missed. And that means there's gotta be a science to it. That's crazy. To go as a stranger in a strip club in Vegas, make a dancer your girlfriend, and then have her really be your girlfriend. It's crazy. In order to do that, I have to know certain things. Energy, vibration, and frequency. So now watch, ready? You go somewhere, you're gonna see the most beautiful girl you've seen. One of the most beautiful girls you've ever seen, right? Just this fine ass woman. She comes up to you, ready? You're about to say something. Now, if you really looked, you had like alien eyes, alien perception, you looked in, you might notice something. You might notice you're really nervous. Unsure, insecure, doubtful, something like that. Something like that, right? Ready? That actually is the energy that you're going to be coming from when you speak, no matter what you say. So you could say something like, hi, what's your name? And you say that and you're nervous. So the energy is nervous. So she hears what's your name in the words. She feels nervousness in her system from you. Now, if you're nervous to talk to a girl, it means that you think she has more value in life than you do. What do I mean by that? If she rejects you, it must be a real fucking big deal, because why else would you be nervous? Why are you nervous talking to somebody? Well, what's the big deal? Oh, well, she might reject me. Okay, and then what happens? You see what happened? You don't have a choice. You're trying to, what? Get lucky. I'm gonna get lucky tonight. No, I'm gonna get lucky. She's gonna get lucky tonight if I choose to spend my time talking to her tonight. Out of the entire club, whichever girl gets to talk to me tonight will have the best night of her entire life. I'm going to a strip club. They're not the entertainment. I'm the entertainment. I'm going to the strip club. They're not the watched. I'm the watched. This is the art form. This comes from mystery to me. I teach you mystery, right? You're the observed when you're in field. You're not the observer. You're not doing that kind of quantum physics in this thing. You're doing a different kind of quantum physics. You go out there as the observed. Now, if you do goofy shit, you'll be observed too. You can be rude, you can do whatever, but you'll be observed and you'll be negatively observed and then you'll be blown out of set. So you want to be observed from a certain lens. And instead of being a good-looking guy, which is like the lens the world gave you, to be a really good-looking guy or to be a really good, believe it or not, you're actually trying to be a good and a nice guy without knowing it. Like it's in the way you are. You're even if you think you're being a dick, you're not. Okay, you're still too nice because deep inside you would do anything to please her so that she would be with you. She senses that. If a woman senses that from you, she knows something by nature and by God that she is better than you. Now her DNA is designed to combine with someone stronger than her. That's the code. Both DNAs are supposed to combine and the child is supposed to be stronger than the parents, right? So if she sees a man who's weaker than her, she's not going to feel attraction. She'll use him, but she won't feel the real attraction that you're looking for. What's the real attraction? Girls are the ones messaging me. They're the ones that want to come over. They're the ones that want to spend the night. They're the ones that want to have sex. They're the ones that want to be with me as a girlfriend. I do not make those suggestions. I don't say we should go out. I don't say you should come over. I don't say you should spend the night. I don't say we should have sex. I don't say you should be my woman. That happens through my interaction. It triggers in her whatever it needs to be, where she locks in and goes, this is the fucking guy I need to be with. And you can understand that because that's what women do to you. You're going about your day, you're doing whatever, and then you find the girl you like, and then what happens? You start doing everything she does to me, which is, oh, you want to be with her. You lock in on her. She occupies your mind, right? So the art of seduction is the art of occupying a human being's mind when you're not around them. That's the secret. The amateur, which is the world, the amateur goes out there and tries to get the girl right there in person. And it goes away and goes, I don't know if I did good or bad. The expert, the master goes there and starts the interaction and plants seeds in the interaction. Later on, when he's not around, he shows up in her mind through the conversations they had. Different conversations. That's the art of conversation, right? When you're not there and she's thinking about you, that's when she becomes yours. That's how it's done. You understand that? Now, how do you get there? The route that I have is better than everybody because nobody can do what I can do. And it makes you strong. Because ultimately, just like you're attracted to beauty, she's attracted to strength, which is survival value, right? So strength of what? There. Strength of character. What's the strength of character? Can you wake up on time? How's that? Would you want to hire somebody who can't wake up on time? Would you like to hire somebody for a very important position who snoozes? Would you like to hire somebody for a very important position who doesn't have the discipline to work out? What about to eat properly? For example, if you want to be my student and you're a guy, ready? You can't be fat. How's that? I think if you're fat, you're disgusting. Do you like fat girls? Some guys like fat girls. I don't. Not for mating. Like, you could be friends, you could just know them, but we're talking about mating. We're talking about, is that who you want for your wife? You want to walk into a party with a big fucking hippo and be like, look, ooh, at least she loves me, right? Or do you want to walk in with just like a perfect girl where everyone's like, oh my God, how'd you do that? We know, we know that he must be somebody if he has a beautiful woman. We just know the guy walks in and he's got a beautiful woman on his arm. Oh man, who's that? What if he had two? You would flip out if a guy walked in with two girls on his arms who were his. God damn, what if there was three? Truly, we're out of reality now with the world. What if a guy walked in with 4 women on his arms and they were all his women? 5. How many lifetimes away are we now? 6. A guy walks in with 7 girls. 1, 2, draw them. 3, 4. A guy walks into a restaurant. 5, 6, 7. No, but I have 8. Add one more. 8. Now make all of them beautiful. Who is this guy? Exactly. Me. AZ Spider. And then you're going to have to figure out how I did it, which is like, he pays them with how much fucking money? What are you fucking talking about? How much would it take? All right, I'll tell you what. Why don't you go to Las Vegas? Why don't you find a stripper who can make $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 a night? Okay? And when you go, fucking hire her to come and act like your fucking girlfriend for a while and see how long that's gonna last. Okay? How much money you fucking have. It's not like, oh, they're just friends. No, they're not. The question is, what if they weren't just friends? What if they were my girlfriends? What if it was real? Like, what if I wasn't lying to you? What if, for real, right now you're watching a guy who had totally mastered getting beautiful women. Mastered, like I didn't even think about it. The only reason I'm going to a club tonight is because that's my job. My guys know it too. I don't want to go. Fucking give a fuck. I don't give a shit. Okay? If I broke up with one or two girlfriends, I would go to the club, and within a matter of, who knows, a month or two or three, I'd have a replacement. Why? Because for me, having less than 7 or 8 is not enough. It's too slow. It's too boring. I don't know. I'm already bored with 8 in the first place. So I need some activity. I need some fucking action. Whatever. You understand? So the point is, it's overcome. Like, I'm not going there. I go there with zero nervousness. I go there with zero agenda, zero desire. Well, agenda is in what? Like, get the girl. And no matter what, I guarantee you, if you show up to tomorrow's class, I'm going to beat every single guy in Las Vegas tonight. Like, no matter what, doesn't matter who it is, my own students, to if the bouncers are trying to have sex with them, to the fucking manager. When I walk up, it's over. It's like an alien tech. It's like someone who has some weaponry. Yeah, I do. I know how to speak. I know how to talk. I understand people. I get them. I know what it's like to communicate. I know what it's like to change their emotions, their thoughts, and most important, I am under my own total sovereign control. That's what shows the strength of my character. You should be able to tell in the way I'm talking right now. Did you realize I was talking? Do you know you forgot for a moment that I existed and I was concepts in your head? I know, I can feel it. So look at me again. I'm the tattooed guy talking to you on YouTube. Do you see what just happened like minutes ago? You were lost in the concepts I was creating. Exactly. That's how you're supposed to communicate. Communication, at the end, is the feeling that the person gets when it's over. It's not the words you say. It's not the vocabulary you use. It's, I finished talking. How you feel is the result of my communication. And once you know how to use your communication to make people feel, okay, let me give you an example, right? What's something a girl should feel when you meet her first? Okay, just think about it. That's real important. Why? Well, because I need to know that I'm about to speak and that my communication is going to create an effect. But what's the first effect I want? Right? So let me give you an example. A guy will go, well, I want her to like me. What are you, retarded? How? Okay, good. I want her to like me too. Now, what's next? So how do I make her like me? I'm asking you a question. When you finish talking, what does she feel? What do you want her to feel? You go, well, I want her to feel that I'm attractive. I want her to feel that. That's your fucking problem. You're telling me how you want to feel. I'm asking you, how should she feel when you're done talking? That. How should she feel? If you said she should feel good, I would say yes. What kind of good? How? So let me give you some clues, okay? You want her to feel fascinated. How's that? Intrigued. Curious. Curious. That's the first step. If you talk to her and she's not curious about you, you wasted every fucking breath and every sound. If you're trying to meet her. It has to be finished, and when I'm done talking, remember curiosity? What happens? I finish talking, she's still playing something in her head about me. She's curious. She wants to ask me a question. Or she asks the next guy, who's that guy? Or, hey, can I ask you a question? Did those tattoos hurt? Or, how come this? How come that? That's called curiosity, right? Curiosity killed the cat. Fine. Curiosity is what we use. So now, can you, just by introduction or ordering food or whatever the hell you do, can you create curiosity in people? All right, let me ask you a question. What about you is interesting? How would you answer that? Just in your head. I don't want to answer it online. What about you is interesting to another human being? Do you know that? What do you do that's interesting? Or what do you have that's interesting? Or what do you know that's interesting? Or where have you, is there something about you that me as another person, if I found out, I'd be like, well, that's interesting. Ready? Tell me more. Or, oh, I've always wanted to know about that. You know about that? Tell me more. That is the piece you have to put into the formula to begin this process. And I'm giving you that because I want you to measure that compared to anything you've ever studied. The very, very first thing is she has to look at you, and when you're done talking, it's not the very first thing, but by the time that first conversation ends, she has to become curious about you. Now, what if I told you before you spoke, before you even said hi to her, before you even ordered, when she looked at you, right? Your body language and the way you were carrying yourself and how you were interacting outside of her, ready? She looks at you. That is a communication to her too. She can, for example, she will, for example, tonight, be somewhere over there in the club, look at me, and I'm not aware of her, and I'm interacting here. Ready? My interaction is going to make her curious. The way I look, the way I'm carrying myself, how other people around me are being, is going to make her curious. Now she's going to lock in from way over there and start to walk around me and start to give an eye to see if I'm going to talk to her. But she's already lost. She's already lost. Why? Because my radar is ready for that. I know I'm interesting. I know I look interesting. I have a lot of things that are interesting about me. And I'm there to do what? Just like any animal, to display my feathers or beat my chest because I'm going in the mating game. That's why we're going out. I have only one reason to go out tonight. To defeat every single man in the game of mating. So I could come here tomorrow, talk my shit, get paid, and live my life again. That's my job. My job on the internet. When you want to compare me to any other man, any other teacher, any other, whatever word you want to use, okay? Any other person on the internet. Here's my claim. I can beat every single one of them at getting the most beautiful woman in the world to absolutely fall in love with me, no matter what. You see that? And that's all I'm teaching. Now to get there, that's a big claim, because I could beat them all. I could beat the celebrities, I could beat your mama and your daddy, don't matter. I could beat everybody in this thing by so much of a distance. In order to do that, you're gonna have to understand a lot about yourself, communication, and a lot of other shit that you wouldn't even believe. But those things are things you wanna know. They're interesting. They're things like alchemy, UFOs, past lives, angels, demons, spirits, spells, hypnosis, dreams, subconscious mind. Like everything I just said right now, I would go to fucking college for and get a master's degree in it just to fucking know about it, right? Those are the subjects that create this individual, okay? When you're saying I should put it to the test, you have no clue what you're talking about. That's the whole point. And I understand coming on YouTube, I have to get a bunch of retards like that, but it is what it is, okay? All right, so I'll go live again soon. What you do is you go to AZD, it's AZDspider.com. That's where you're gonna find my programs starting July 1st, which is in a couple of days. I'm about to take off and fucking show you guys shit you've never seen before and help you create your own brand, because you're a brand. I'm a brand, okay? Goes like brands, Chanel, Louis Vuitton, whatever. AZD, Spider, INT Nation. It's a brand, okay? You are to create your own brand, but in order to do that, you're gonna have to align every part of your life, especially your values, all right? All right, go to AZDspider.com. See you in the next one. Be the best, fuck the rest. This is INT Nation.